Chris, are you able to unmute yourself?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Okay. But now I'm going to mute me.
Yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure you had the ability to unmute.
Yes.
We're going to get started in just a few minutes, everybody. We just want to give everybody time to log on.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Hey, Joanna. Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, great.
Alexa, where are you today?
Today, I am in the Caribbean. I'm taking a nice Caribbean vacation. If I can't actually go on vacation, at least I could feel like I am. When I put
You
these
look like you
backgrounds
are,
on, I'm
you
like,
feel like you are.
all right, it looks like we're just about at 12, so I'm gonna just mute everybody for now. That way we eliminate any kind of background noise and stuff. Chris, when I do hit this, just let me know if you're able to unmute. I tried to do the setting, but. No.
Yes, yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh, there, yep,
Um,
perfect.
Okay. I just wanted to say hi to everybody and just do a check-in, and um, I'm glad that we're all joining on these weekly calls or meetings. It's nice to regroup and share some experiences with one another and listen to the updates that we have going on here. But again, what is this, week 97 that we've been in? No, it's only week 3. It feels like week 97 though.
Sure.
But we'll get through it. I think, that things are working with staying home, or, staying as home as much as you can, limiting the face-to-face contact with folks. It's I know when I see people that I haven't seen in a while, like I had to go pick up some supplies from my cousin because he's been supplying us with the face masks. And so it's like a curbside thing. I'm at the curb, he's at his like front door. But it was so refreshing to actually see somebody that you haven't seen in a long time. And I can't wait to get back to those days. But everybody just stay safe and keep continuing doing what you're doing. And the social media looks great. I like seeing everybody's stories and experiences, and it's nice to follow. And also, if you need me for anything, if I can be of any assistance, please email me or text me, reach out in any way. I'm there for you guys. All right, hang in there.
Perfect. Thank you, Chris. So we'll get started today. It looks like we still have people joining us. So if you missed something, just so you know, we are recording these and we'll put them on the YouTube link just in case anybody misses anything. So to start out with our objectives of why we're doing these webinars, and these have remained consistent. These, as far as we know, won't change. We're really looking to just make sure that on these, we're explaining our current precautions, our communication plans about things happening agency-wide, also program-specific changes or updates, any frequently asked questions that we notice we're getting from different departments or staff or people we support, to make sure that we're giving consistent information across the board, and any potential expectations as we move forward. So our PCCS priorities is, of course, to keep everybody safe and healthy, our workforce and the people we support, our continuity of supports and services, our continuity and stability of employment. Now more than ever, it's really important that our DSPs are signed up to do different advocacy efforts and make sure that their roles are understood for how crucial they really are. And the last but not least, maintain consistent and transparent communication with everybody. So one thing we want to start off with is telehealth services. They are up and running this week. A couple of questions that we've gotten so far is, what exactly does telehealth look like? So some examples of that are a video session together. For example, if I have someone who is working on identifying body language for different varieties of emotions and conversations, we could watch YouTube videos together of interactions and then debrief together on, what did you notice when this person raised their eyebrows or changed their tone of voice or that sort of thing, and do some learning that way. Also, it could be a phone call to go through creating maybe a checklist for a person on how to maintain, social distancing standards and adhering to that, and different how-tos on tips such as, I think we all kind of do this. I know I do at this point, the washing your hands and singing the happy birthday song twice. So maybe calling someone and making sure that they have those things in place. So those are just obviously some very basic examples of what telehealth can look like. But if you have more questions, just reach out to us and we'll make sure we get those answered for you. Another question that we had was, if I support a person, if the person I support has telehealth and is eligible for that, do I still have to do in-person and direct services? And I do want to be clear, that's not going to be a blanket answer for everybody. That is very individualized and based on the person's needs. So you may see that it's required for someone to have a mixture of telehealth services, direct services, and non-face-to-face services. So it really depends on the needs of the person that you're working with. So an example is, if a person gets 10 hours a week of service, maybe it's been figured out that this person can do 3 hours a week of in-person direct services and 1 hour a week of non-face-to-face services such as food shopping or picking up medication, and then the rest can be done via telehealth. So this is going to look really individualized, dependent on who you're serving and what their needs are. If you have more questions, please email us at covidsupport@pccsny.org. We'll be able to answer those for you. I know our clinical team is working on a frequently asked questions about telehealth. So if you have any questions, please send it to that email box so we can make sure that those get answered for you. We have had some questions also about what is a non-face-to-face service. So a non-face-to-face service is an activity that supports someone's need during this time. And I want to be clear about a need. So it's, you know, a non-face-to-face service is not going out and, you know, purchasing an Xbox for someone because that's what they are saying that they need right now. Of course, if they're, you know, if it's a person that's having very high behavioral issues and this is something that is going to keep them engaged and that's the only way they're going to access the internet, then yes, purchasing an Xbox would be a need during this time. But we want to make sure that we're not overdoing it with needs versus want when we talk about face-to-face services. The next thing was, where do I document non-face-to-face services? So please work with your supervisors. All services are documented in Avero, including direct services, telehealth, and non-face-to-face services. And we do have a question here about this. Telehealth is face-to-face during video, or can it be done by phone with just voice? Yeah, so telehealth can be done either by video or by phone. So it wouldn't be considered, I would be very careful in terms of using the language. Telehealth is face-to-face during video, because face-to-face is literally face-to-face. Telehealth, even if you're on a video, is telehealth. So just be careful around that language because it might get confusing because there is a lot of these different terms being thrown around. If anyone else has any questions, please feel free to type them into the chat box. Thank you, Melissa. We have our telehealth, our tele support sessions that we've been talking about. I just wanted to make sure that this was reiterated. I do know that the clinical team is working on putting a support group together for people we support and employees, and that'll be done via Zoom. So you'll see more information coming out about that. This is a reiteration of all of the direct support appreciation supports that we've been putting in place. So you'll see the t-shirt campaign is now up on Facebook, and I believe it's on the website. The food shopping support, the links are there to donate and share both on Facebook and our website. The telehealth support sessions and the rest of the stuff that we've been talking about. We have another question here about, I believe it's non-face-to-face services. If a staff goes to the supermarket for a person they support, would this best fall under ComHab or respite as a non-face-to-face? So I want to be clear. So there's no such thing as a non-face-to-face telehealth service. So it's telehealth service, direct service, or non-face-to-face service. So in the example of someone going food shopping for someone, that would be a non-face-to-face service. And that can be done via ComHab or respite, whatever the person happens to be enrolled with. If they have a ComHab goal that's related to, you know, food shopping, then great, it can go under ComHab. If they don't, it can go under respite. You'll notice in everybody's plans in ComHab, they do have that COVID-19 support. So anything that falls under COVID-related service can be documented through there as well. And I know Avero still has, I believe they have a webinar coming up tomorrow at 1:30. So everyone please make sure they register for that. And then I believe shortly after they put it right up on their website. So that'll be available too. One other thing that is in the works, you're welcome, Michelle, thank you for typing in. One other thing that is in the works with the HR department and our insurance company, they are working to get a website logins for everybody for different fitness instruction classes, and that'll be free to all of our employees. Whether you're on benefits or not on our benefits, it's just an employee benefit. So you will see information about that coming out as well. I think this is kind of our last thing, and then if anyone has any questions, just please let us know. Because we are doing these weekly, there's not as many updates as there were in the beginning. So if you guys have any specifics that you want to talk about, please let us know. If you are receiving community rehabilitation, so these are Just some operational issues that we're trying to work through that we want to make sure we're all on the same page about. If you're receiving ComHab and or respite from PCCS during the hours that you're typically in dehabilitation with another agency, or even our agency, make sure that you're in contact with our day program as well. We need to make sure that that agency understands that we're providing service, because there's something called a retainer day for dehabilitation. And so if another agency is billing a retainer day, that will interrupt our billing if we were providing ComHab and respite. So we have to make sure we're in communication with those program directors as well. So if each director or division director can compile those lists, make sure you're reaching out to those programs and get some communication flowing with them. So our PCCS program administrators, if you're overseeing any cases where this is happening, please work with your director or division director to get in touch with these day habs. We don't want to have 7 program coordinators reaching out to AVSP. Please kind of go up the chain and let it go to the director or the division director, and one person can reach out with the whole slew of lists. If you guys need help with that, please let me know and I'll help you reach out as well. The second thing is we really need a lot of advocacy around people not being able to receive ComHab and respite during school hours. So if you are a person we support, a family member, or if you have a case that you know falls into this circumstance, please have conversations with everyone around advocating to OPWDD that these services are necessary while the children are trying to remote learn, or young people are trying to remote learn. The current regulations don't allow for it, and we know that it's a crucial problem. So we're trying our best to advocate that these services can continue during what they're calling school hours. And I kind of use the air quotes because with remote learning, the school hours aren't completely set. So right now they're going with before 2 p.m. it seems like is kind of the consensus. And so we obviously don't want to have to put a hard stance on we can't provide those services before 2 p.m. because we know it's necessary, but we need support to advocate for this. If anyone else has any questions about this stuff, please feel free to reach out and we'll work through that. We will be doing these every Wednesday at 12. Right now, I only set them up for April. I'll obviously continue them as things go on. I know we did get some questions about the mindfulness training, if we were still going to be doing that. We're putting that on hold for now. We don't want to overwhelm anybody. We know everyone's got a lot going on as it is, but we will be doing that once we resume, our typical business operations. Please continue to remain in touch with us. Email us at COVID questions or COVID support at pccsny.org if you have any specific questions that you want answered during this, but I'm going to pause here for a second. If anybody has any questions or if anyone wants to be unmuted and wants to speak for a second, please just type into the chat box and let me know, so that way I can work through that with everybody. Okay, it doesn't look like anything's coming in so far. I always like to end off on a positive note. So I found this quote and I thought it was really kind of key at this point. Stars can't shine without darkness. And I think, I just want to say thank you, obviously, to all of our PCCS staff, our direct support professionals, our administrators. Everyone has really come together and worked together to make sure that we can figure out ways through this however we can. So I want to thank you for that. And we'll continue to do this day by day and get through it. If nobody has any questions, I'll wait around for a few minutes, but if people want to log off or if someone wants to ask a question privately, just let me know. I'll be here. But that's all for today. I hope everyone has a good day and is safe and healthy. Thank you, guys. Hi, Ava. I don't know if she can hear me, but I hope she can. Oh, yay. Hi, Ava. And thank you guys for everyone that's been sharing this. I do see that today we have a bit more people than usual on. So if there's, you know, parents and families with us and people we support, thank you for joining us. And please let us know if you have any questions. We know that this is a trying time for everybody, and we want to make sure we can be here to answer whatever we have answers to at this time. All right, great. Well, I hope everyone stays safe. Have a great day.